Welcome back. Keep an eye on the Indian rupee, which saw a very choppy session today. The currency opened the day in green after marking 4 straight weeks of declines, thanks to dollar sales by exporters and corporates, but the negative market breadth quickly saw the gains wiping out. The rupee has ended the day at 60.65 to the greenback on your screens there. Let's also get on board then Abhishek Goenka, and he is founder and CEO India Forex Advisors, and he joins us live for this leg of the show. Abhishek, hi, welcome. What's your sense now really coming in for the currency? 4 weeks of declines and today yet again a choppy day.
Yeah, I guess it seems like, market will not go below 60 for the time being. We are looking at 61.20, 61.30 to reach once again, maybe in a week's time or 2 weeks time again. So we are running with a strategy of buying in dips for our importer clients and exporters. We are looking at least close to 61 levels to start covering in the market.
Vijay, what's your sense? What's the kind of volumes that you are seeing? The previous week was really truncated and we have a Thursday off this time around as well. Is it really bothering the volumes here?
Manisha, the comparison of volumes will give you somewhat of a mixed picture because today was the expiry of the April futures series. So you're likely to see volumes in Euro and British Pound appear higher. I'm using the word appear because day before yesterday, that is Friday, the volumes will obviously be lower in the April futures series. What is interesting is that the Euro is now likely to determine indirectly the level that the USD INR is likely to trade. If the Euro starts to firm up, my guess is some amount of action will get diverted from the USD INR to Euro INR. And where the US dollar is concerned, I think the 60.20 is likely to act as a short-term support in the coming 2 or 3 trading sessions. If at all I do manage to get the prompt month futures, which is May now, at 60.20, I don't really mind taking a small quantity on the long side with a clear intention of trying to attempt booking profits at 61.20 levels.
Abhishek, how would you look at the various fundamentals that are in play right now? Because while we have seen some exporter sales coming in as the rupee had started to stale at those current levels, but having said that, the monsoon is a concern. The elections is something that the markets will be watching out quite keenly now for the next 15 or 16 days. How would you want to play the currency?
So, talking about the local factors, as you said, elections, of course, before the elections, the rupee will typically be in this band and nobody wants to build up a lot of positions in the dollar rupee before that. So, I think then it's sticking in the band of 60.40 to maybe 61.30, 40 levels. But of course, after the elections, if we see some surprise, maybe we don't get a majority government, etc., then definitely probably rupee will start weakening again. On the downside, if we get very, very amazing results from the elections part, then definitely we are not looking at appreciation of rupee too much. So I'm not looking something below 59.5 in the coming days. But whereas if the results are not so great, then definitely we're going to see 61.5, 62 also in the coming months coming in. Internationally also, if you look at things, US recovery is still on cards. I think the QE tapering is very much on cards. By October, I think they should end up, and by next year they should hike rates. So on that front also, US dollar strengthening we are still expecting on the international front, which is also put some pressure on the dollar rupee. So I guess I would bet on stronger dollar in the local markets due to the local and international factors both.
Abhishek, a lot of sense or support or sanity for the currency has come in from the RBI steps as well, but most economists feel that RBI is quite stretched at these current levels and you perhaps wouldn't see much of measures coming in from there. On that front, how would you watch the currency?
So I think the statements from the RBI which is coming is very, very clear that they don't want the currency to appreciate much. So I think the levels 59.5, 60, these levels are comfortable levels and they would not like to take the levels below that. So not much of intervention is going to come on that front. Almost, we have seen that from the debt market already we have started seeing money going out. So we don't see much of appreciation pressure there because of the policy also and because of the general flows also. In fact, I think in the debt markets we have seen $1.5 billion go out this month, which is again a concern, I guess. even though the equity markets are going up. So I think not too much, I'm not getting a feeling that too much of appreciation is likely to happen. But yeah, if any surprises there in the elections, definitely it's going to hit on the rupee, it's probably going to go over 61.5 plus.
Vijay, how would you look at the Indian currency in the light of the dollar index? Because we have the GDP and the employment numbers in the US coming in this week, and that clearly would give us the direction going forward for the emerging market, including the currency.
Manisha, the dollar index is now trading below the 80 levels, and that also, like I said, is giving you part of the picture. 79.35, 79.40 is a level I would watch out for as a near-term support on the dollar index. And I think either way, the scope for appreciation of the rupee is likely to be fairly limited to 60.20 in the cash segment. I would expect a wild card of 58.5, 59 max in case the rupee was to appreciate also, because the choice is very tough here. Either you talk the currency up, I'm talking of strengthening the rupee up by mere talk, or you let the rupee weaken, find its own level, export your guts out and let the inflow strengthen the currency. I think it's a very difficult choice, and my guess is exporting your way out of the current situation would be a better and sensible option. So the scope for appreciation of the rupee will remain fairly limited.
The open interest in the meanwhile, Vijay, those numbers that you put out have really seen a jump up coming in.
Manisha, they are giving you somewhat of a misleading impression, because this was expiry day today, and Friday's base effect is low, so your open interest appears to be somewhat more optimistic than it actually is. The real effect will start coming in from tomorrow, because the base effect will be higher. So I would not give too much credibility on expiry day to either volumes or open interest.
Fair point. Abhishek, what's your sense on the emerging market currencies? Because the rupee tends to take a lot of leeway from that as well, and the Chinese yuan is one place that has been constantly seen depreciation.
Yeah, so emerging markets are not doing good either much. In the recently you have seen problems in Russia, Ukraine and all that. Because of the on and off you are seeing sell-off in these markets, and as you say, Chinese currency is continuously weakening. So I would not go very optimistic on the emerging market currencies and the emerging markets and the equity markets because of the global tensions and overall situation. So I think that will also be a factor by which we can say that the momentum on the rupee would be limited on the downside and probably looking at higher in the days going by.
Okay, so too much appreciation on the rupee is ruled out. We have seen a very choppy, flat kind of a session coming in today, and that's the view going forward as well for the currency. A narrow range-bound trend, of course, until the election results are out. But with that, Abhishek and Vijay, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us with your sense on the currencies, and with that, completely out of time on hot commodities. Thank you for watching.